Do you ever get bored of hearing your own songs?
No, that would be a terrible.
Because that's put a smile on everyone's face.
That's
listening to
wonderful,
this.
isn't it? I actually don't listen to the records often enough, so when you hear them even like that, you go, oh.
Oh,
yeah,
that's really
right,
good.
right.
I was rocking down to a couple of
Yes,
those
you were.
in a bar. No, but no, in a bar
You
last
lightened up the
in a bar
mood.
last week. So
Right.
I've had them more recently. Right, well, you're in to talk about the fact you're got a new album out, a new single, Limitless,
Yes.
and you're going on a world tour as well.
Gotta work. Man's gotta work.
Do you
So,
still need to work?
You know, I love to do my job. I love to write songs, and when I write songs, I want to share them with people. It's that simple.
You just do it for the love of it.
I don't really love living out of a suitcase and, eating club sandwiches for dinner, but, it's part of the job. But when you write a song, you get excited about it and people connect to it, so I want to go out and share it.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Look, you've sold over 130 million albums, of course, inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You've also played thousands of concerts in more than 50 countries, and you are one of the big stadium acts that people expect a big show, a big act. Do you love going on stage?
No.
Really? No.
No.
Do you get nervous? Do you
No,
sing?
no. No, I mean, the performance part is all that. There's no nerves involved. It's like I said, when you're living out of a suitcase for nearly 4 decades, hotels are nice, but, home is nice.
Home is nice. Well, you're very unusual for a rock star in terms of. Well, yeah, you've done this crazy thing of staying married to the same woman.
Oh my goodness!
Who actually had all of your children.
She did.
I mean, is that
That's
even
her.
allowed in the rock
says that
star
all.
world?
Isn't that funny? Because that's what she'll say. We have 4 kids together. Right.
Okay, how do you manage that? Well, when we hear about
I got
rock
it right the
stars-
first time. I was lucky. Got it right the first time.
Was it luck?
Yes, it was wonderful. It was.
And
luck.
you've been together for how many years?
Well, we've been married for nearly 31 and together close to 40.
Okay, do your fellow rockers, though, you must, I imagine you move in a high celebrity world who are sort of exchanging their women folk over the months.
Not true.
Do they look at you
Bono's married
slightly-
as long as I am. Bruce is married as long as I am. So, it's really not true. But I've become somehow the poster boy for that one. And so I'll take it.
Is it part of your success, do you think, the fact that you've got this sort of happy, stable family life?
I have no idea. I would like
What
to
would
think
it
it
have
had
been
something to
like?
do with the songs.
Oh, I liked it. Yeah, but isn't it easier to go out and to be a success if you're not dealing with all the stress of home? No.
It's nice to have that safety net of knowing that you've got a great partner and someone that you love. So it's not hard work to stay together.
Absolutely.
It's not.
This new single, this album, the tour is obviously going to be promoting it as well. Tell us about what your inspiration was.
The album's called 2020, and when I was brave enough to name it 2020 in an election year, I had to be aware of the wryness of the title, because in America it is in fact an election year. So not for nothing, but it's a great campaign poster, and I couldn't do any worse than the current office holder. And so, on the other hand, it's that I have clear vision, and we'd been through a lot, professionally as a band in the last few years, and so to say now that I've got clear vision of what we are and where we are in our career again, and the songs are socially impacted. Whether it's songs about soldiers with PTSD, which is really the reason why I'm here, or gun violence in America currently, the political climate. So I address a lot of social issues on the record, which is different, but it was a snapshot of what's going on in essence around my life at this time.
Well, we'll talk a little bit about what's going on in America. You've been very active on some of these fronts, but this week, on Friday, in fact, you are going to a recording session at the legendary Abbey Road Studios, of course, where the Beatles recorded, with no one other than the Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, and the Invictus Choir. Now, this, of course, is the choir. They're going to be raising money for the Invictus Games, which Prince Harry started for servicemen and women, ex-servicemen and women, to compete in Olympic-style races and competition. What inspired you to record with Prince Harry? How did that come about?
I wrote a song for a very small documentary in America. I was asked to write this song called Unbroken about soldiers who are suffering with PTSD, and the idea that they were bringing attention through service dogs, just another approach to helping these soldiers heal. So when I wrote this song back in August and before the film came out, and obviously before our record is going to come out, I wrote a letter to Harry because I was aware.
Did you know him?
No, I didn't. But I was very aware of what he's done, the good works he'd done in the Invictus Games. And I said, I've got an idea because I think that the soldiers, knowing that they had a choir, could sing this song, tell their story. It would promote the games. And most importantly, I wanted to give something back to the UK, who have given me so much love for nearly 4 decades.
Okay.
And so it took him a minute to respond. You know, you got to figure out where his mailbox is. But
so you have people who can find out Prince
We
Harry's
did.
email address.
we did. And so
I love this.
he heard the song, wrote me a wonderful letter back. And then nobody would have foreseen, you know, the situation that he's in. But we got a call immediately thereafter to say, we're sticking to that calendar. We're doing this.
You're going to be singing it. The Invictus Choir are going to be singing it. And
Yeah.
has Prince Harry promised to sing as well? Because
No. But, you know, the microphone will be open.
What's
for
it going
him.
to do? Tambourine?
Now, remember, you know, William once jumped up on stage with me and sang Living on a Prayer. So, you know, his brother sings very well. So it would be a daunting task for him to outdo his brother, but you know, you never know.
I mean, we had a lot of charity singles over the years, but a charity single with a royal prince singing on, with a I suppose a rock prince.
Well, you know what?
Impressive.
I was wondering, what do I call him now? And then I've come up with the idea. He's going to be known as the artist formerly known as Prince.
I love it. Now, you mentioned with your album title 2020, obviously the American presidential election. We had another Democrat primary debate last night. You have spoken. You've been a bit wary about being too political in public, but you have spoken about your concerns about the current incumbent of the White House, Donald Trump, and particularly your concerns about, you mentioned this earlier, gun violence in the United States,
amongst other things.
Are you going to be campaigning for any of the candidates this time round?
Eventually, you know, I'm sure that I will, because I've been recruited many times over by the Democrats over the years, and you know, was a firm believer that Mrs. Clinton would have made a great president. But we'll see who our candidate is this time. And
do you have a preference, though? There's a lot of concern that it's taking a long time to whittle it down, and they're now taking 7 chunks out of each other.
It may be contested at the end of the day, and our system is a little funky, because you've got to get these delegate votes, and you know they got to get enough in order to win the nomination, and it doesn't seem like a clear path right now.
Do you think any of the candidates could actually beat Donald Trump?
It's not an easy answer. You know, it's really not an easy answer. And I will say one thing is, he spoke to people who felt voiceless, and completely understandable, you know. In light of that, we as a nation need to figure out how we become one. It's not, right now my nation is so split that it's if you're with me or you're against me. There's no middle ground.
Yeah.
And it's really, they should be embarrassed politically, because this partisanship is just petty.
And we've seen that again with the gun violence issue, haven't we, with the gun control issue? And actually, again, politicians completely out of touch with the majority of public opinion in America on
Well,
this.
because they're beholden to lobbyists and money and re-election.
And you've certainly campaighed on this issue.
No, but you know, I'm speaking about it. But I'll tell you, I wrote a song on this record that I'm very, very proud of, that's called Lower the Flag. And gun violence in our nation is rampant. People here in the UK, they think of common sense, and they shake their heads at me. They go, how can your nation wear guns to church? Well, that conversation's just not going anywhere right now, because the lobbyists control the voices of the politicians.
It's interesting, you see with your album 2020, the artwork featuring an American flag and the reflection of your sunglasses, perhaps telling us a lot there. Jon Bon Jovi, it's been an absolute pleasure. I'm absolutely sure that this will once again be another huge hit for you. World tour, you're going all over the place, quite literally around the world. When are your first dates here in the UK?
I don't know yet, because we were just
You promise
here
you
last
will
summer.
do. You
Almost
promise.
definitely, but it could be 21 by the time I actually get here.
Okay, well, we'll forgive you. And good luck with the recording
Thank
on
you,
Friday.
love.
Do your best to get Prince Harry on the mic.
I shall.
Excellent. It's an absolute pleasure. Jon Bon Jovi, the legend that is Jon Bon Jovi, thank you very much indeed for joining us.